and welcome to Two Chaps.
Greetings.
And today we're driving a car. So, what are we in, Rich?
We are in a Skoda Fabia.
This is such a Fabia car.
It's a Fabia car.
This is a 2013 Skoda Fabia Monte Carlo.
Monte Carlo.
But wait, it's not just any Monte Carlo.
No, tell me more, Andy.
It's a Monte Carlo Tech.
Wow, so that's a special edition of a special edition.
It's a double special.
My God.
I know. And do you know how many of these they made?
Probably a few?
They did make a few. They only made 1,000.
1,000, is that all?
Only 1,000.
Of the double spec?
Of the double spec.
Wow.
And it gets even smaller than that.
So, technically, that makes this rarer than a DB9.
Rarer than Aston.
Wowzers.
And so they also had, it wasn't just 1,000 overall, it was 1,000 of the car,
Yeah.
but 500 of the petrol and 500
of the diesel.
of the diesel.
Wow, so that makes it even rarer still.
It does. And today we're in the 1.2 TSI, which is the little turboed lump.
What's the actual numbers?
105.
105 from a 1.2.
105 from a 1.2.
Wow, that's pretty good.
And
I mean, it feels peppy.
yeah,
She's a peppy thing.
she wants to drive.
She's a peppy thing.
You know.
I like saying peppy. You've got to be in the right gear with
Yeah.
this engine. You need to really.
You've got to find that sweet spot.
You need that acceleration that you're getting from the turbo in the sort of lower gear range.
Yeah.
That gives you the pickup.
What's quite first impressions wise, the space is good. I mean,
That's acres of room.
acres of room, and you know people love these cars. The fan base for the Fabia, I have to say it like that. For Fabia.
Oh, it's fabulous.
I'm going to embrace my campsite today.
Oh well, I think you should go full camp.
Not that this is a camp car.
That's anything but. It's mean. It's white with black wheels.
There are only two color options with this car.
Oh really?
If you go for the Monte Carlo Tech, you can either have it in white and black,
White and black, which we have here.
which we have here, or red and black.
Red and black.
And you can only get it in a 5-speed manual gearbox.
Oh really?
In this trim. You can't get it in any automatic.
Okay.
So it's a 5-speed manual. But interior-wise, I mean, it's okay.
Dials are nice.
You like the
Oh, the
dials?
dials are nice.
Is the rev counter normally on the left with the miles an hour on the right?
Interestingly, I think it's a VW thing,
Because that threw me getting in the car.
and it's one of the things I've noticed on the Golf is the rev is on the left.
Yeah, because they're actually very closely matched in terms of how the numbers are laid out. So you could look at the left dial and think that's MPH.
That's very true, actually. You know, it's one of those things. I think if you're living with it every day,
Oh, yeah, no, of
you'd
course.
soon get used to that.
Too used to driving my
And
German.
you do have a digital readout as well, which
Yes.
it does give speed.
Gives you in kilometers an hour, which you can't change on the European car.
Oh, is that
On
right?
The English car. If it's the same as the Seat, you can't change it. You get your
that
main
sucks.
dial and.
I don't know what kilometres mean.
No.
What is a kilometre?
So the materials in here are, I like most of it. It's very similar to this Ibiza. This stitching, by the way, that you've got.
I do like the red stitching.
Yeah.
That's quite sporty.
Specific to this model.
I like it.
And the other thing I'm sure Rich likes. Tell us about the pedals, Rich.
The pedals, well, they're aluminium. Well, you can't go wrong with a polished pedal, can you?
Polished pedal. The only problem with this interior I have is this cluster here. The centre bit.
I can see what you mean, because
This needs to be there.
yeah,
The sat nav needs to be
The
up.
sat nav is too low, and interestingly, on the Golf, the ventilation and aircon controls are below the information screen,
Yeah.
which lifts the whole thing up. And I think they've just got it the wrong way around.
I think that's a big safety problem for me.
Well, it is, because I have to. You know, if I'm using the sat nav, I've got to keep doing that if I want to have a look at the road.
Whereas you kind of want it so you can
You
just
just want to flick your eye across, don't you?
What I'm liking is I've just spotted a button on the dash there.
Which button have you spotted?
That one. Traction control off.
Oh, don't do that.
It is a wet day, don't worry. Don't worry the owner of the car. Skoda have had a bit of a bad rep in the past, haven't they?
Well, they were always a bit of a joke when I was at school, but they've come on leaps and bounds. Because you've got to remember, it was an Eastern Bloc
Yeah.
make back in the day. And let's face it, we've all seen the Trabant.
We've all seen the Trabant. And let's be fair, you know, they suffered with reliability, they suffered with rust, they suffered with image.
Yeah, indeed.
So in 1994,
Yep.
Volkswagen Group bought outright Skoda.
Yep.
In 94. And of course, Volkswagen own and run Audi, Seat, and Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
They own Lamborghini.
So this is a Lamborghini.
This is Lamborghini. See this dial? Lamborghini.
Lamborghini, straight out of a Lambo.
So this car is built on the same chassis as the Audi A1
Oh, is it?
and the Volkswagen Polo
And the Polo. I knew about the Polo, yeah.
and the Seat Ibiza.
And the Sage Ibiza, of course. And they're all quality cars.
They are. I mean, some arguably hot hatches to a certain degree, depending on
Indeed.
what trim level you buy.
Well, the handling's great on this thing.
But all the oily bits, all the greasy bits underneath are shared by the same cars. It's just the sort
Yeah,
of...
absolutely.
bodywork.
They're shared engines across the range.
They are. So the reason this is called the Monte Carlo is twofold.
I would imagine rallying comes into the story.
Rich has nailed it, everyone. This was released in January 2011,
Okay.
when it was 100 years of the Monte Carlo rally. And not just that, at the same time, Skoda had been in motorsport for 110 years.
Interesting. I'm driving a car. It's raining again.
You think I should drive?
I think you should drive.
I'm going to kill us all!
Oh, I hope not. Are you okay? Can you handle the power, Andy? Can you handle the power? Just take it steady. Ease yourself into her.
Okay. Okay, Rich. I'm going to ease myself into her. Now, this is the funny thing. We've not needed to use reverse gear. And if it's what I remember from the Seat Ibiza...
Yeah, it's a push down.
It's not a gate.
It's not a lifty. It's a pushy.
It's a pushy.
Lifty pushy. Here we are in reverse.
So, Rich, what do you think of the exterior?
The styling of this car is quite interesting. It's... I don't know. I think it's a love it or hate it thing, and I kind of love it. It's got a very butch front end, isn't it?
Isn't it aggressive?
With the black grille, it's incredibly aggressive, and the black wheels.
It's curvy, but angry.
It is very much so.
And I do love the black on white. I have to say, he chose really well.
Yeah.
So this is performance test. I'm in second gear.
Second gear, let's see what happens when Andy puts his foot down.
Foot to the floor.
Ooh, that's pleasing. That's a pleasing punch of power.
That's 50. What's really nice is the turbo is delivered equally across the gears.
It's very smooth, isn't it?
I don't feel any lag at all.
Put your foot down, it's there.
You know, if we drop to fourth. Okay,
There's a bit of a lag there.
It's not so much a lag. I just think overall, the engine's. It's not a massive engine, you know.
Absolutely, it's all down to being in the right gear for the situation you need.
It is.
If you need to overtake, drop it a cog, floor it, and you will shift.
I think actually, you know, this car would take that. I think, you know, you could almost go to third, and eke out what you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't think fourth it's even that high revving. 2,000 revs.
Yeah.
Dropping to third.
There's the punch.
Yeah, you know, it's lovely. Lovely power delivery across the range there. Very impressed.
Yeah, no, that's smooth, and you've got the punch when you need it.
Considering where we're going to be driving this car, which predominantly, you know, is going to be actually a mixed bag. It's going to be town, it's going to be...
Well, it's a car for all situations, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's marketed as. It's a small family car.
But I love it. I think it's got everything you need. Let's have a play with this.
So we have buttons.
We have buttons. This is the infotainment. Now this comes...
Oh, it is a touchscreen.
Yeah.
And I've just changed our sat-nav.
That's okay.
That's fine.
That's fine. If you ever want to get back, you just press the nav button again.
The nav button.
Top right.
There we go.
And that'll take you back to the home screen of that.
Yeah.
But then you can access all the other things.
So we've got radio, and we've got phone. So this is a Bluetooth.
This has Bluetooth as standard with this model.
Right.
It comes free with this model.
Excellent.
As does the sat-nav.
Sat-nav's free with the model.
Sat-nav's free with the Tech Edition.
So this is a really well-spec bit of kit.
Basically the point of the Tech Edition, hence the name.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So there's actually many ways you can get sound through this car. There's a CD player.
CD.
Which is there.
It's not a multi-changer, is it? It's just single disc.
A single disc. And we've also got a 3.5mm jack here.
3.5mm in.
But if you look where your knees are...
Oh yeah, it's down there.
Down there is an interface for an iPod.
There's like a compartment that's got a grippy rubber mat for putting in your phone or your iPod, and connection cables down there as well by the looks of it.
Yeah, and you can actually swap it out for iPhone or Android. the things that come with this car, with this trim of car, are smoked headlamps.
Smoked headlamps, very smart.
17-inch rims.
They're nice. I like those.
The stitched, all the interior.
Yep, that's very smart.
What you're being hugged by on the seats, the bolsters, where your boobs are.
Ooh, I like the bolsters.
They're larger on this model to give you that more.
They are very hugging.
And more importantly,
it's like being squeezed by a bear.
Isn't it by a bear? Grizzly or brown?
They're the same one.
Grizzly and brown is the same.
The grizzly bear, less commonly known as the silver-tip bear, is a large subspecies of brown bear, inhabiting North America.
Polar.
Polar?
I want to say polar.
Jesus.
Just before it rips your head off.
Oh!
And that's the way to end the conversation.
I'm thinking about being eaten by a polar bear now.
Yeah, well, you should.
They're dangerous things. People think they're cute, but they're not.
Dangerous things. Well, they are cute, as long as they're a long way away.
What I'm actually really amazed by, considering this is built on, 3 or 4 different other vehicles that share the same guts.
Yeah.
This is the most practical.
Oh, really?
They found more room in this car
Really?
than they have in the Polo, than they have in the A1 especially.
Well, the A1's tiny.
The A1's tiny.
It's all about style with the A1.
This has 315 litres of boot space.
That's low.
Staggering. Absolutely staggering for a car of this size. And it has, it's obviously got a parcel shelf, and it comes with special straps where you can stop your bags from rolling.
Oh, very nice. And we've got cup holders, and there's another compartment there for stuff, and a glove box.
There are 2 glove compartments.
2?
Yep.
That's remarkable.
So not the one where you think it says airbag, obviously, but this one here.
This bit here.
Yeah, pops open.
Does it really?
Yep. As does the one underneath it.
Well, that one's got a click thing, so I thought that would be the glove box. But that's that's brilliant.
Good for your wet wipes.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, what a great idea.
Yeah.
Because what's usually there? Nothing.
No, just bulkhead or whatever. Yeah. Are there electric windows in the back?
Are there electric windows in the back?
Because I can't see them.
I can't see any windows. No, they're manual windows in the back.
So even on this trim level.
Windy windows.
Okay. I tell you, there's one handle and button that I don't like in this car.
Oh, really?
This.
Oh, the door. Yeah,
It's a bit plastic. Awful.
It is a bit plasticky.
If I wasn't driving, let's say I've had 15 spring banks. That's my favourite tipple. 15 spring banks later, I'm sat where you are.
Yep.
I would snap that getting out the car.
Yeah, you probably would. Saying that, though, because the chap who we're borrowing this from for this review, he does have children, and children are the worst for breaking things that are breakable.
Yeah, true. I guess they're stronger than they look.
What's it going to set me back to buy this little gem of a hatchback?
You'd be hard pushed to find one of these at the moment.
Well, I'm not surprised. If they only made 500 in the petrol,
Yeah.
that's going to be a rare car.
If you don't want the Tech Edition, but you want the Monte Carlo, just the standard Monte Carlo. Now, the standard Monte Carlo, you have to pay extra for the things like sat-nav.
Yep.
It's quite a broad range, actually, depending on mileage and spec level. 5 and 7.
Okay. The Skoda Fabia. What do we think? We like it?
I say 2 thumbs up.
A big 2 thumbs up from Andy.
It's vag.
It is. It's vag.
It's full-on vag.
It's full-on vag, Andy
Yeah,
says.
sorry. It's just I can't help it. You see it, I think vag. Because it's labelled as that.
The Skoda Vagia.
The Fabia Vagia.
The Fabia Vagia. They've missed a trick.
They have. What a marketing ploy.
They've missed a trick.
God.
It is a great little car. It is a great little car.
In my opinion, if you're going to buy a Fabia and you're one of those drivers that want to be a bit more involved, look at getting the Monte Carlo trim. It's
definitely.
You need it. The door handles need to go.
We don't like the positioning of the heater controls, and we don't like the door handles.
No.
That's it.
So that's pretty good.
Cow!
Don't do that when I'm driving, please. I thought that was going to be one on the road.
You people, you need to do some action.
That's why we're going to call you. I'm going to do it now.
Get out your phone.
Get my phone out.
Call those people. Call them now. And we need action from you people.
Yes, you! You! Pick up the phone! Right, so we're on the YouTubes. That's how you're finding us.
YouTube.
We're on Instagram as...
Granny Instance.
2.chaps.
2.chaps.
We are on Twitter, but we don't really bother with
Twitter. Oh, it's so old hat, Twitter.
Twitter's, you know. So follow us on Instagram, follow us here.
Follow us on Twitter if you like. We'll post stuff now and again.
Rich, do you fancy a Lapsang Souchong?
Ooh, woody.